Hi, I'm Ron Timmerman. It's one of the hosts of the Florida Aviation Network. And this is midway through the Sun and Fun adventure at Lakeland, Florida. And we've had a number of guests that we've interviewed today. But today I've got a special guest, another special guest, Mr. Jim Mauch, who is a Florida resident from the Naples area. Right, Jim?
That's right.
Yeah,
Ron.
good.
Yes.
But James has another claim to fame. In addition to being a handsome guy and a pilot, he is also on the board of directors for Samson SKY. Samson SKY. Let me see. I think I've heard that name before, you're going to say, but what does it revolve with? Oh, yeah, it's the Switchblade flying car.
It is, Ron.
Right. Oh, my goodness. And soon you're going to be a pilot of a Switchblade flying car, aren't you?
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm number 13 on our owner list, I believe, in that range. So can't wait. Good. Yes.
So I keep getting the newsletters from Samson SKY about the continued development. It's a long, long process, of course, to get a brand new aircraft certified and for it's a kit built, I guess, but there's still a big approval process for the owners with the FAA and the like, so it's been taking a long time. Plus, they're very methodical and very particular about putting out a quality product that's going to be safe for the likes of you and me to fly.
Yes.
But they've made some recent developments that are just absolutely thrilling and exciting. So tell us a little bit about what's happening at Samson SKY at their production or their engineering facility in Oregon, right?
Oregon, that's
right. And testing in Washington State?
Testing Moses Lake, Washington. Yes.
Very good.
So we have spent quite a bit of time developing this, including a number of FAA required certified tests, which are normally for certified aircraft. Passed all of those, which is wonderful. And we finally got ourselves to the point of flight testing, which is what we're doing at Moses. Longest runway there is about 2.5 miles long, so it's a great place to test. We have a test pilot, and we've been at it for the last, say, 6 weeks. In kind of a hard way. And this weekend, even just Sunday, we flew the thing for about 4,000 feet down the runway at about 50 feet off the ground.
Wow.
Great experience, yes. So number one, we proved it flies.
Yes, indeed it does. Hooray.
Hooray, exactly right. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, imagine for you and for Sam Boesfield, who's the CEO, is that his title?
CEO, founder, and inventor of the Switchblade.
That's right. And he has put many years and many thousands of hours of development into this, and some heartaches and a lot, and now finally some thrilling fulfillment, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the development and engineering has all been done somewhere in Oregon near Portland. I can't recall what the city is.
So Prineville.
Prineville.
With an R in there. Yeah. Prineville, kind of south, a little bit east south of Portland, and definitely east of Portland. Down there, that's our base, and that's where it's been built. All these many years. That's right.
Good.
And testing, and we've done a lot of testing in that same area. But for the big flight test, we wanted to take it up to Moses Lake.
So Moses Lake, I recall, having flown in and out of there before. It's a former SAC Air Force Base, Larson Air Force Base, I believe was the name of it.
I think that's right.
Yeah, and so my wife was stationed there with her first husband many years ago, so she's told me all about it. Plus, I've been there, and I've landed a Beechcraft there before. So
fantastic.
Long runways, as you would expect for B-52 airplanes, and so what better place to do testing? And now it's not used by the Air Force anymore, of course. The base was closed, but it's available as a civilian airport. Fabulous place to do testing, and it's a dry desert climate, so it'd be ideal in many ways. So
that's where Boeing does most of their testing.
Indeed. So when I was in the air pattern with a Bonanza or a Baron, I saw a couple of 747s and go, whoa. This is a little bit crowded for me with that big airplane. So, but anyway, it's fun, and so great place for testing. And so a week or two ago, I got a newsletter from Samson SKY talking about the Switchblade, and the headline was "Air Under the Tires," and I thought, whoa, air under the tires. And so I watched the video, and sure enough, they taxied down onto the runway, sped up, got to liftoff speed, actually lifted off, and got air under the tires. We could see underneath the tires. They were off the pavement, and then set it back down again. So preliminary testing. But now since then, they've done an even bigger test, a longer test that you mentioned.
Correct. That's right.
4,000 feet down the runway.
Yes. So testing by inches, the right way to do it, safety-wise and everything. And what we've learned a lot, and of course made changes along the way to the test vehicle. So and it's been great. And Sunday then was the big 4,000-foot run.
How exciting.
Yes, it was very exciting.
Now, were you there or just
I was not, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
It's a long way to go just for a test.
Long way to go. Sam, Martha, and the team, just really great.
Good. I had the pleasure of interviewing Sam for, I think, one of these interviews. We did it by Zoom one time, and I met Martha as well, and so they're quite the team, and there's a whole team. There's not just Sam, but a lot of folks that back him up and doing the actual production and the like. So tell us a little bit. The engine, they've gone through a couple of different engines, and the current engine is a 3-cylinder, is it?
It is 3-cylinder. Ultimately, the design goal for the vehicle is that it will have a hybrid electric propulsion system without a battery. But same hybrid electric you have in a hybrid electric car system, the 3-cylinder engine will spin a generator, and that'll provide electric power to an electric motor on the prop and 2 electric motors, one on each of the rear wheels. So that's the propulsion system for it. We call it Skybrid. I may have spoken to you about this before, so we're now working our way into building that system. Actually.
I see.
So yeah.
So not a hybrid, but a skybrid.
Skybrid.
I like that.
We call
That's
that.
A good
yes.
play
Well, the
on
reason
words.
I'll just mention the reason for that is that we learned from a hybrid system we can actually provide a lot of safety features for flying with that, and I'll just give you those in short order. One of which is on takeoff. We can use the wheels of the aircraft to drive the vehicle with electric power, drive the vehicle to take off, which means a shorter takeoff distance.
Takeoff speed.
Takeoff speed to rotation speed, that's right. So prop end wheels to rotation speed. And so more safety in that. On landing, much like a electric car, the wheels will hit the ground and create regenerative braking, which short order means, one, can dump power back if you had a battery, power to a battery, we're not using it with the battery, but it will also slow the vehicle down automatically. Plus, we have 3 automobile type disc brakes on this thing. So completely different braking concept than.
So you mentioned 3 disc brakes. That would connote 3 wheels.
Is
this a 3-wheel vehicle?
It is. 2 rear, 1 front.
I see. So if I'm in this vehicle on the ground, do I need an automobile driver's license or a motorcycle license?
Actually, in most states, motorcycle. It's it's treated as an autocycle or motorcycle, and so a motorcycle license, yes.
Yeah. So if you've seen the profile of the Samson SKY Switchblade, get the right words out of my mouth here, it is a rather unique looking vehicle, and the wings fold in and underneath the fuselage of the car airplane and fold out for turning it into an airplane. And so they fold in and out kind of like a switchblade. Yeah, exactly. So hence the name.
Yes.
They're really cool looking.
Yeah.
And then the tail reconfigures, of course, from storage to use it as a ground vehicle to actually be in an empennage with the elevator and rudder controls when the vehicle is used as an airplane.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
How long have you been on the board, James?
Been on the board now for 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And when did the original development start of the Switchblade?
About 12 years ago.
Wow.
So this takes us back to 2010 approximately.
Yeah.
Sam had the idea, and we did a lot of preliminary testing before anything was built, including wind tunnel testing at the University of Washington. So all that was done back in the day, as it were. And since then, we've been building a ground vehicle and a flight vehicle now, of course.
So do you have 2 vehicles that have been produced, or just
No,
one?
actually, it really is one. We have
Just
a single prototype,
Uh-huh.
but it is the ground vehicle that we developed and tested underneath it right now.
Very good.
And yeah,
And a lot of changes as you've went through the development process is what you'd expect, because it's a brand new vehicle, never been done before, and so it's you would expect to have to make some changes along the way. I can only imagine how both frustrating and exhilarating this is for you and Sam and the whole crew. So assuming we get the flight testing completed, which in the next few months, do you think, or beyond?
Yes, we believe that's right.
And then an FAA approval again after that, or not?
So because it's experimental, no, we won't need that. But our approach is market now, which means that we don't need any technologies to finish this. We don't need any regulations to get it to market or for our customers to fly it. And we don't need any infrastructure. Everything exists for this right now. So if we can build it today, you can fly it and drive it today.
Great. So these will be kit built, as I recall.
That's correct.
Okay, so where will the kits be produced? In Oregon?
They will be produced in a number of places. We plan to have a minimum of 4 build centers around the country, and we expect most of our customers to come to the build centers and build with us.
How long will it take?
It'll take, in a build center, about a week of the customer's time.
No.
Yes.
Just a week?
Yes, a week of
to
the customer's time.
build an airplane?
To build an airplane.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
So let's see, if I were to get on the list now, how long would it be before I get my kit that I can build in a week?
So we will do the first flight, go to market, raise capital, and then start building production facilities, manufacturing, if you will, the assembly facilities as well as parts manufacturing. And that'll take 18 months to 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's fast in aviation when you're developing something new.
No, it's true.
It needs to be slow and methodical so that it's safe, and then there's just a heck of a lot of work involved in it.
There is.
And there's this thing of capital.
There is
you
this
don't
thing
do
of
this
capital.
by just
Exactly
writing
right.
a blank check.
But we have a team in place ready to go in the capital, which is pretty exciting.
Super,
Yep.
super. So number 13 on the list,
Yes.
James. Yeah.
Yes.
So what, 18, 20 months from now, you think?
A couple of years, I'll be
Couple
flying,
years?
driving. In fact, I'll look forward to taking you for a fly
I was going
drive.
to say, can Brian and Tweet and I go for a ride? That'd be great.
We'll do it. That'll be
Love
so
it.
much fun.
Do you think one of the build centers will be in Florida?
Well, it's a great question, and you and I are going to talk off mic about this because we haven't chosen the centers yet, but
Okay.
we believe Florida obviously is a fabulous aeronautical
Yeah.
environment,
Indeed
as
it
they've
is.
demonstrated for decades.
Yeah.
So
Sam hinted at that when I talked to him on
yeah,
that
I
interview,
know.
but he was
hasn't-
non-committal, and
he
I
hasn't
can understand that.
authorized me to say that.
I know, and I'm sure
but
not. I know.
You're on the spot. So.
Yeah. Well, Florida, Texas, California, all is good environment for flying and for testing and for building. I'm sure you'll find a number of good spots for it.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
can imagine. How many people on the list now?
We've got over 2,200 reservations right now.
2,200
Yes.
reservations. So
Yes.
we're going to see switchblades just zapping all over the sky.
I believe so.
Maybe they'll outnumber drones. No, nothing's going to outnumber
Well,
drones.
no,
is it?
that's right. We don't want to compete with those. But our market research is astounding.
Yeah.
The receptivity that we've gotten
Yeah.
to this vehicle. These are huge numbers.
Yeah.
We're really surprised, but not surprised that people want flying cars to solve problems in their lives. But it's really exciting.
It's been the dream of so many pilots for so many years to be able to get in your car at your home, drive to an airport, transform it into an airplane, go fly off, and as Sam would say, visit Aunt Bertha or Aunt Martha for
That's
her
right.
birthday or whatever,
Yes.
for a family reunion, land and go drive to the destination, then reverse the process, come back and put your airplane car back in your garage at your home that night. So
Exactly.
it's almost a reality, isn't it?
Almost a reality.
Yeah. Do you have space in your garage?
Absolutely.
You built another
no,
garage.
we're not allowing. My wife has agreed not to put anything else in that side of the garage.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So, James Mauch, he's going to be a Switchblade pilot owner here before long. Brian Purdy behind the camera. He's going to be a Switchblade owner, and I think you're quite a number 13, are you, Brian? You're a little bit further down the road. Okay. Oh, you did. Okay, so you might even be teaching
he's ahead of me.
James how to fly his. I didn't realize you were that far along. So this is great. This is exciting news. We are on the leading edge of something new and really, really great. Samson SKY and their Switchblade aircraft flying car, I guess we would call it, or maybe is there another technical name for it?
No, we call it the flying sports car.
Flying sports car,
Yes.
indeed. So you need a motorcycle license and a pilot's license. What a great combination to have. You could have a Switchblade as well. James Mauch, thank you so much for joining me today. Brian Purdy behind the camera here, thanks for joining us as well. I'm Ron Timmerman for the Florida Aviation Network. It's been great having you watch this, and I hope to see you someday in a Switchblade flying car as well.
Thank you, Ron.